What's good guys, Theory here, and today I'm going to be doing a play-by-play commentary of me versus Luffy. Now this is a match from the EGX Capcom Pro Tour ranking event, and this was actually an event you had to qualify for, which I did a few months before the actual event itself. And this was my second game in the tournament. You know, it was kind of the best heads from around the UK and Europe, and yeah, we'll talk about this. So kind of going into this matchup, I knew I was going to get boxed up. Well, I didn't feel like I was going to get boxed up. Like, I was picking Honda throughout this entire tournament, and I have been for a while now. And it's kind of a personal thing. Like, I felt personally like my Rose had kind of taken shape in a direction that I wasn't into. So I was playing a lot more recklessly in like the recent couple of months than I normally do. Dashing a lot more, kind of like trying to abuse the movement, and although it's effective to certain degrees, it's not really how I play and how I enjoy to play the game. And I kind of hit a mental wall of not being able to stop myself from doing it. I was entering a flowchart very, very quickly, and it was actually stopping me from progressing. So I kind of switched back to E Honda over the last couple of months, just because I felt like the character fits my style very well. And it forces me to play defensively, which I enjoy doing and I think I excel at. The unfortunate thing is his normals are shit. And pretty much everything about him is kind of shit. But I don't think he's not viable, kind of. I think there are certain matchups where you don't really have anything, but you can still make it work if you just play better than the opponent, which I know is obvious, but you know. But actually going into this match itself, I wasn't particularly nervous just because I've been about for a long time. So playing against top players isn't a new experience for me. I didn't feel nervous, but I don't know, looking back on how I played, I look nervous. I'm dropping a lot and just not playing to my full ability. So early on, the fireball game, it's going to be an issue. Obviously, it's Honda. Rose doesn't have a great fireball, but it's still got so much use versus Honda just due to the movement. I have to make a read with a jump fierce or whatever, but I actually kind of wanted to just build a bit of meter, a bit of ultra meter. You see here, I've got quite a lot of ultra meter and I haven't taken many risks. I did do a jump fierce, which, you know, he tried to slide to punish it, but it didn't quite work out. He was going for a trip guard attempt, and this was a messed up 100 hand slap or jabs into 100 hands. You'll see it a lot from Hondas. If they miss their 100 hands, they'll get a crouch fierce. It's kind of lucky that I didn't get 100 hands, because chances are, even if it hit, it would have put me at a range that he could have punished the whiffed end bit of the 100 hand slap. So it's kind of good. But you can see I actually tried to punish it again. I don't necessarily agree with my decision here. Like, looking back on it, it's very easy for me to say, like, maybe don't try and fuck with him too much at that range. I did a butt slam very early on. Kind of wanted to, like, Luffy doesn't know me, so I was like, fuck it, like, let's establish that I'll just do shit. And make him think about something while he's fighting me. Like, I don't want him to just kind of like, oh, I'm going to run over him and do standard Rose. I want him to be like, all right, let me think. So take the throw here. And I'm still in the corner, and this is just a very difficult situation. EX headbutt is so weak now that you're a little bit scared of just throwing it out randomly. Butt slam is just as bad, but at least I don't lose a meter for doing it. And I'm trying to do a bit of pressure. Now this was kind of the first thing that I kind of encountered that I hadn't really thought of. And I don't know why, I just haven't fought that many Roses, weirdly. And even as someone that plays Rose, I wasn't really thinking on how I could deal with stand roundhouse, which is stupid. And you can actually see here, like, this was my first thought. So stand roundhouse is obviously going to be really annoying for Honda. I focused backdash there, which is stupid, but this was my first sort of inkling on what to do. I thought, fuck it, let's just do jab, because jab is kind of the universal thing to stop Rose from doing stand roundhouse. But then I kind of changed my opinion. Like, you can see I'm actually trying to jab quite a bit here. I actually changed my opinion, like, very quickly of, like, this is stupid. Even if I land it, I don't get fuck all for it, and I'm at a life deficit. So I should jump? Like, because really, what am I that scared of? I'm gonna lose the round anyway if I don't do something. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, if he stand roundhouses and I jump, and he's playing at a good range, you know, he's playing at the range he should. Like, I am then gonna get a full jumping combo on him, and that's sick. And if he throws a fireball, I get the same result. So it's like, until he starts playing in crouch strong range, fuck it, let's just jump. So I jump into a full combo here. I walk up an Ocho. To me, that was a really, really obvious choice. But I had to do it. Like, I had to reset and get some kind of pressure. So I go for a massive gimmick. But I am so funny that I hit that on someone. So yeah, I was just like, right, fuck it. I need to get the life lead, so I'm going to start reading. I whiffed the low short, which is, you know, just standard sort of like, I'm going to do stuff and it's going to kind of make you go, oh, I should probably block this because it's a meaty. I do the close, strong target combo into the overhead and go into the Ocho. And it's actually not that bad. Like, you know, you should be mashing backdash, but whatever. I kind of go a bit too ham though. I mean, considering the amount of meter he had, like, I don't necessarily think I made a bad choice. If I'd gone for a normal throw, I would not have gotten punished like that. So it kind of would have made more sense. But, you know, it happens. I kind of just wanted to be like, look, I'm not scared of you. Like, I am going to just do shit. And here you can see that, wow, yeah, that is just a sick punish. He read me completely. And that was kind of stupid of me to even bother. Like, because reality is, like, what am I fucking scared of Rose for? This is just like the range I want to be at, really. Like, it's easy for me to whiff punish shit from here with Honda. Even though he's got this kind of shitty poke, like, it's quite easy to see sort of like when stuff comes out and get a pretty clean hit on it, or at least force him to do something. Having done a few stand roundhouses, I was like, all right, fuck it, I need to check him with jab, so he can't dash into my face. EX headbutt just kind of reset the situation, and yeah, here I wanted to kind of see what he did. I already established, like, oh, I will walk up Ocho you, like, don't worry about it, I will raggo get in your face. I wanted to see what he would do this time. I guess he was just going to backdash and react, like, which makes total sense. Like, the only thing I could have really done in that situation would be to like do a raw headbutt, but I'm probably not going to do that, reality is. So I probably should have gone for the damage, having shown that card, really. I should have just gone for the damage. There, an empty jump into EX. The empty jump probably would have made my headbutt pretty difficult to land, but that is me being shit, not hitting that headbutt. I really should have, or at least thrown out a close fierce. And once again, trying to go into the air, do the butt slam, and I missed my follow-up there, which kind of sucks, but I actually like hitting the jab. It kind of checks him a little bit. And yeah, I've got a really bad habit of ochoing myself into the corner. And yeah, I just had to get out, and that was the way I did it. I mean, should have just thrown, really, because the thing I would have to be scared of is him just doing close medium kick and wake up, which is like the sickest wake up option. I don't know why you'd ever take a throw as Rose. Like, just backdash or close medium kick beats everything. Like, I can't cover both of those options. I either cover one or cover neither. So yeah, right there, I was surprised I kind of got away with that. And this is my key fuck up. So when going into this tournament, I was very, very kind of consumed with the idea of like, look, I need to start playing more defensively. This is fucking stupid. Like, why am I doing this? And I just let Luffy build an entire super bar and get a pretty much free comeback. Like, you know, it was kind of stupid. Like, I let him do too much. I should have gone in to some degree. And he's converting off everything he needs to. Because now I've gone, oh shit, I'm throwing away this match. And now I start going in. And I drop probably the easiest combo for me to do. Crouch short into hands. Yeah, stupid drop. And that, unfortunately, is going to cost me the game because I just get red completely. Yeah, shitty way to lose. But it was my bad. Like, I got outplayed completely. Luffy was like, alright, you don't want to go in? Fine, I'll build a super. I'll hit you with one combo, and then you're eating a super. Like, why would he not do that? Like, he didn't need to do anything. He had enough time to just run away. And what's Honda going to do that's scary? Once again, I messed up hands, which shows like I just, by this point, I was kind of like, I'm not all there in the brain. Like, I'm just not doing enough. And you see, I'm trying to do a bit more, I'm trying to do a bit of stand fierce here. Like, you see, I step back and then do a stand fierce, anticipating a stand roundhouse. Obviously to go into super. I don't get it, so I kind of dash forward. I feel like Luffy's blocking and playing very carefully. I need to kind of do something about this. And Luffy's just like, oh, right, cool. Ocho me into the corner. I'm just going to backdash, which I'm surprised it took this long to get to that situation. But because he's shown that he will backdash, I get to make a bit of a risky read, considering he's got super and ultra. I just go for the fierce headbutt to catch a backdash. Honda is a character you need to take risks with. Right there, if I got hands, that would have been wrap, because I could have gone red focus into ultra. I managed to get out of that situation though. Like, I know that's a pretty clean escape for Honda. I'm not certain Rose can ultra. And there's the ultra. It's over, unfortunately. I get bus up. Yeah, not great. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like I've done okay. Like, I didn't do as badly as I kind of thought I would. It's a hard matchup in reality. Luffy's a very, very good player, and I did okay. I felt like I was adapting. It was unfortunate because it was like, oh, cool, this is literally my second game, and I'm fighting arguably one of the best in the world. Rad. I don't know, I could have gone with Rose, but I was just like, the mirror match, it's fun, but it's hard to mirror match someone like Luffy because he's got all the fundamentals down. Like, I wanted to kind of feel comfortable with my character, and I wasn't feeling comfortable with Rose at that time. But okay, so I guess there's a few things to take away from this matchup in general. Luffy was adapting when I forced him to. Like, so he was very good at not like revealing he'll do stuff till later on, and you could say that was like a flaw, but he actually played with quite a lot of respect. So he wasn't just backdashing out of every situation because he's like, well, I don't want to eat a raw headbutt. That allowed me to kind of open him up a little bit, but then he started to adapt, and I started to kind of like feel, oh yeah, this is why the matchup's really difficult, is I can't necessarily deal with this backdash easily with Honda in many situations. I landed all of my Ochos apart from one, which I got ultra'd. The reality is like, Ocho's great because it allows you to make a snap read, like from a close range and the range that Rose wants to be at. So I get to dash in an Ocho, which is absolutely fantastic and is absolutely necessary for me to keep the pace of the game in my favor. But I should go for normal throws. Like, normal throws that have none of the risk that Ocho has. Like, if he neutral jumps, safe, I can do a stand fierce. And if he backdashes, fine, I still don't get punished. It's kind of like, why would I not do that? The only thing I have to worry about is wake up close medium kick, which he hadn't done the entire game. So I was worrying about something that he hadn't actually shown that he was doing, which is really bad because it put me in a headspace where I wasn't playing effectively. I was like, oh, but what if? And Honda's just not a character that allows you to be what if. Honda is a character that's like, right, I know my headbutt can get punished by an ultra. I have to do it, because if I don't do it, then they've got nothing to be scared of. Like, I will full screen headbutt you because I think you're going to backdash for no reason. And the one time I did it, it worked. And there were other times where he punished it with super because I did it in a really obvious situation. The reality is for Honda is like, headbutt gets red now. Like, headbutts aren't incredibly good. You normally do them, like, not as reversals, but like during frame traps and shit like that. But even then, it's like Luffy can still get a full punish. I guess I wasn't looking at the meters enough. That's how I feel about it. It was like, I did an EX headbutt when you had super. Why would you do that? Like, you're gonna get opened up. Just take the throw. Like, if he threw me once and I teched it, I think maybe twice. But like, just take the throw. Like, what do you have to worry about? The throw's fine. Honda's got health. Like, but what he doesn't have health for is an entire fucking super. And then it was like, I let him build that super. Because as much as I love playing defensively, like, playing defensively is not walking backwards. Playing defensively is walking into a space where you exceed and never extending unless you feel like you need to. And just stood there and let him like just dash back to the other side of the screen, throw a fireball, reflect, super. Like, it's stupid. Like, I was like, right, I've got the life lead, now get all the tools you need to make a comeback. It was dumb. But yeah, like, I feel like I played the best of my ability. Like, I wish my execution was better and I wasn't, like, if I wasn't physically nervous, like, subconsciously I must have been, because I don't necessarily drop that much stuff. But yeah, it was a good game, and I wasn't angry about it at all. I was actually like, you know what, fuck it. I actually played pretty alright. Like, it wasn't a walkover for him. I fucked up, but there were like obvious things I can learn from, and this is actually quite cool. Like, I can learn clearly, like, to capitalize on situations, and that is the difference between like mediocre players and top players. Is like, he saw what sort of like game plan I had, and then was like, fuck it, I'm gonna play counter to that, and he did it perfectly. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that match. I did. It's fun looking at your own stuff. I recommend everyone does it and just kind of, you know, learn what you're doing wrong. It's the only way to improve. And yeah, I'll see you soon, guys. Peace.